The following program may contain strong language and mature content. Viewer discretion is advised. Good morning. We are back with another episode, the first episode of the year. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm your host, Kwame, joined by the handsome, the melanated proficient, the king himself, Kyrie Sanaj.
Hey, everyone. Happy New Year. How everybody doing?
Delayed, bro? I think you're delayed.
I don't know.
Log out, come back, back in. Y'all, you think it's a new year and you would come back without the Boost Mobile. Ciao. Good morning, y'all. Let's see who's in the comments while we wait for Kyrie to fix his stuff. Dr. Holt, happy New Year, my brother. Welcome back, Ciao. You know what, Dr. Holt? I'm getting tired of you. Already starting. St. James, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. Appreciate you. Rochelle, my bell, happy New Year, boo. Dr. Holt says, I just sat down for the first time since 7:30. Listen, we're going to get into it. We got a lot to talk about. St. James, those prank calls are... Welcome back. Sean Kingsley, what's going on? Happy New Year. Good. Happy New Year. Appreciate you. Thank you guys so much. Kyrie, hurry up and get back in. Over here, typing up stuff. Get back in here. We got a lot to talk about. We don't got time to delay. Yes, we have a lot to talk about. First and foremost, for those who, especially, I want to give a shout out to Jules Forever, because she sent me such a very heartfelt, special message on IG. So I love you for that. You sent it at a time when I needed it, and I appreciate it. Sometimes you just need, a little boost, so I appreciate it. You back, brother?
Yes.
Okay. You still a little delayed, but, we're going to work through it.
How am I delayed? I can hear you fine.
Oh, okay. You can hear me fine?
Yeah.
All right, your visual's a little delayed, but it's fine.
Is it?
It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. You have a slight delay, but it's cool. You good. As long as you can hear me, we're on the same page. We're good. But yes, thank you guys so much for joining. Like I was saying, I want to send a shout out to Jules Forever. She sent me hey D number 3. Welcome. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. I just want to send a special shout out to Jules Forever, because she sent a very special message to me on IG, and it just meant a lot. So I just wanted to no delay anymore on our end. Okay, good. Thank you, St. James. Appreciate you. All right. We got a lot to talk about, and I want to let you guys know that over the course from now until the spring bash, every year we have a spring bash, and every year Pyro Media has a fall premiere. So all new fall shows that came out, and then we're gonna have all new fall spring shows in the spring bash. And we try to do that twice a year to bring you new content and new shows and new things. And so from now until the spring bash, we're going to be updating and upgrading all of Pyro Media's looks. So the countdown's going to change, the graphics are going to change. You will see, and we're starting out with Pyro Power Hour. So Pyro Power Hour, because Pyro Power Hour is the flagship show, we get the first dibs. Thank you, Pyro Media Production. So, but you're going to start seeing some changes and upgrades over the next couple of months. So bear with us. Appreciate you guys for supporting us, and continue to like, share, and subscribe if you have not done so already. All right. We got a lot to talk about. Let's just get right on into it, y'all. Let's get right on into it. Okay, there's just so much. It's so much. So before we get into it, I want to wish everybody a happy new year. This will be actually we were supposed to do this, but I gave the team an extra week off. We only had management that came in last week to do some stuff, but January 5th marks the 7th year in business and operations for Pyro Media Enterprises. So I want to thank all of you guys that have supported us. I want to thank all of the hosts that have been a part of this journey. I want to thank all of the staff and team members that are still with us. So shout out for 7 years and even 7 more years to go as we grow and glow up. So moving on. Yes. 7 years, y'all. It's not a long damn time. And just also hey Volvo, thanks for joining. Appreciate you, boo. And just real quick, just so you guys know, if you guys want to support Kyrie and I directly, you can go ahead and send us a cash app by going looking at what's scrolling down beneath. And also, please follow us on TikTok. We have a lot to talk about on TikTok that we can't say on Pyro Media.
Please.
So please follow us on TikTok. There's a lot that we can talk about there. And then also, a side note, this is not Pyro Media sponsored, but we do have the kickback, which is on my, it's a weekly live that we do. And we took a couple of weeks off because I needed to just have a break and just kind of recharge and get ramped up for the week. But we are having the kickback this week. And you never know who shows up. People, come through. Daryl Walter is a frequent one. Kristen Askew, Mona. There's a lot of different people that come in and join us on the live. So you feel free if you want to be on the live too. You can. It's just a kickback. It's nothing too crazy. No high production. It's just us just shooting the breeze. Thanks for show. Appreciate it. We're very proud. We're very proud of it.
The breeze.
Shooting the breeze.
Shooting the breeze. The cute way of saying talking. Shh.
Listen. So we want to, before we get into everything, we want to thank our sponsors. First up, our sponsor is Pyro Media Productions, the #1. Oh, that's the wrong. Sorry, that's the other sponsor. But we are #1. Why not? Let Pyro Media Productions be the #1 production company for you. But if you need a photography, if you need commercials, if you need social media, if you have it's a new year, so a lot of you are diving into new businesses and new brands and new hobbies and new side gigs that you guys want to. Adventures that you guys are on, and we can help you guys navigate that. And whether it be building you a website, whether it be getting you content creation for your social media, because a lot of times that marketing is really cumbersome. So having all of that, and also just if you need guidance on how to navigate all that, how to go through and get all of the legal stuff and paperwork, we can help you with all that by going to Pyro Media Productions. So check them out. Also, Bullet and Flight Radio, the #1 progressive Christian radio station in the world. They are expanding like wildfire, y'all. So definitely check them out. They have new content coming in. Dance Fridays is getting better and better, so definitely check that out every Friday. But they're now 24/7. They went from, and they're only a year old. So shout out to Bullet and Flight Radio, our sister radio station, and it's your story, our station. So definitely check them out. Now, I know you guys already know about the sponsors of Bullet and Flight Radio and Pyro Media Productions. But before we left, I told you that we were in connections with different companies that are going to be sponsoring Pyro Media, period, across the board. So our first new sponsor, we want to thank and shout out. We are heading into 2023, which for a lot of you, new year, new me. And I know that with all the stuff that you guys are doing, you need to stay hydrated throughout your year, your workouts, and throughout the day. So we have partnered up with the Coldest. We have partnered up with the Coldest Water to offer our audience a special and exclusive discount on all of their products. So if you want to take advantage of this, you can go ahead and use the QR code, which is right here, by using your mobile device, or I'm going to go ahead and link it in the hey, Kevin, how you doing? Hey, Titan, how you doing? Thanks for joining us.
Everybody.
The link is is going through right now. It should be coming up on all of. Yep, there it goes. Good. It's on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube right now. So you should be seeing the link from Pyro Media if you want to go ahead and get 10% on all online discounts for the Coldest Water. I just purchased a bottle from the Coldest Water, and it is dope. I'm getting ready to. It's coming in, so I'm really excited to get it. I've talked to a lot of people who have used this bottle, and if you, I personally like my water ice cold. I don't like warm water. I'm not a big fan of that. I only like it if I'm having tea. Okay, but other than that, so I like my water nice and cold. And I am the type. Hey, health. I thought that was some Grey Goose. I know that's like, you're hilarious, but definitely check out the coldest. It does keep your bottle or your water cold, or whatever liquids you have in there cold all day. I prefer just keeping using that bottle just specifically for water, but Dr. Ho might use it for his liqueur, so that's fine. Now, another sponsor that we just got. Do you guys want to, increase your reading this year? Do you guys want to, kind of engage in that, right, Kyrie? I know I've been wanting to make sure that I read more. And the best way that I take information is through audiobooks. And so we have partnered with Audible, an Amazon company, to provide you with a 30-day free trial for their Audible Premium Plus subscription for our audience, exclusive to our audience only. So what you get with this is that you get 1 credit. If you're a Prime member, you get two credits if you're a Prime member. And it's good for any premium selection titles you like, and it's yours to keep forever and ever. And so as long as you have that account, obviously. The Audible Plus you also get access to the Audible Plus catalog of podcasts, audiobooks, guided wellness, and Audible originals. Listen to all you want in that catalog, and it's absolutely free. You don't need any credits to listen to those. And then you get a friendly email to remind you that your trial's going to end. So you know how sometimes when you sign up for these free offers, they don't tell you have to pay for it or all stuff, whatever. Well, Audible will send you an email to let you know, hey, it's about to expire. And so if you want to continue, you can go ahead and cancel it, or you can go ahead and do what you want to do for it. Now, with that being said, you can either use this QR code, or you can use the link that I'm getting ready to put in here for you, exclusive to our Pyro Media audiences. So it's a lot going on. So thanks so much to Audible, the Audible company. It's an Amazon company, and we appreciate you. And I can't tell you guys, but we have way more sponsors coming in soon. We just now have signed a dotted line, and I don't believe in giving you guys access to stuff until the ink is dry. Feel me? So definitely check it out, and stay and pay attention to all of the stuff, not just on Pyro Power Hour, but we're going to be putting some commercials out throughout all of the shows on Pyro Media Network. So we've been busy. We've been busy. So we appreciate you. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to get into a lot of the stuff that's going on, y'all. So stay tuned. We appreciate you guys. And while we're taking a quick commercial break, and like I said, it's going to be quick. So take a quick commercial break. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe, and let people know. Bring people in. We want to let everybody know what's going on. So we'll be right back, y'all. See you in a bit. All right, y'all. I told you it was going to be quick.
Yeah, that was good, real quick.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about, so I'll try to keep it quick. All right, y'all. So don't forget, thank you guys so much for joining us. We had all of that stuff, all of our new sponsors. We're so proud and we're so excited for all of our sponsors that are going to be supporting Pyro Media across the board. And so let's get on into what's going on today. But before we get into what's going on, let's talk about what's happening today. We have a new segment. It's kind of similar to what was before when we had different things or whatever. So let's talk about today's is the International Choreographers Day. And International Choreographers Day is celebrated every year on January 9th across the globe. Choreographers are the masterminds behind all of the beautiful dance choreographies and routines we see today. The creative geniuses behind designing, planning, and arranging different movements together. Many prominent choreographers have emerged and started revolutionary dance companies that are still running today. Choreographers paved the way for many to come after them. They bring art to life, and International Choreographers Day is the day of celebration and appreciation for them. And I want to shout out, this is actually the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater, and it was Alvin Ailey is actually one of my all-time favorite dance choreographer heroes. And actually, I went to the Ailey School to train. So it is an honor to kind of see him or see his work still travel today. And he was one of the first Black dance companies back then, because there was so many issues of body image and also just people of color getting into major dance companies. And now the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater is one of the most prominent dance companies in the world. So shout out to them. And also today is Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated's Founders Day. Phi Beta Sigma fraternity is a historically African-American fraternity. It was founded at Howard University in Washington, D.C. on January 9th, 1914 by 3 young African-American male students with 9 other Howard students as charter members. A. Langston Taylor, Charles I. Brown, and Leonard F. Morse. So happy Founders Day to our brothers over at Phi Beta Sigma. But I could not talk about Phi Beta Sigma without giving shout out to last week, because we were out to Kappa Alpha Psi and their Founders Day. Kappa Alpha Psi is a historically African-American fraternity. Since the fraternity's founding on January 5th, 1911 at Indiana University, Bloomington, the fraternity has never restricted membership on the basis of color, creed, or national origin. Membership is traditionally dominated by those of African heritage. Founders Elder Watson Diggs, John Milton Lee, Byron Kenneth Armstrong. So shout out to Kappa Alpha Psi, and also one of our very own, Sean Kigsey, is a member of Kappa Alpha Psi. So shout out to them right now. Good morning, Nicole. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate you.
Miss Vic.
Yes, Miss Vic. Yes, and we're going to get into Miss Vic soon, so stay tuned because we got a lot to talk about with her. So birthday of the day. Today is Sean, Paul, Ryan, Francis, Henriquez, otherwise known as Sean Paul, was born on January 9th, 1973 in Kingston, Jamaica. He is a rapper, singer, and songwriter with over 7 studio albums under his belt. He is renowned for his reggaeton style and has given numerous hits during his career. Paul is one of the most popular artists in his genre, and with his hits, such as Baby Boy and Temperature, we can see why. Although coming from a family of award-winning swimmers, he has charted a different path and is now an inspiration for all aspiring rappers. So happy birthday to Sean Paul. Yes, Nicole said, why Sean Paul look like so different in that pic? Maybe I'm used to seeing him. You know, this is one of his most recent pics. I think you got the most.
I think he's older now.
He's a little older. Yeah, for sure. Good morning, Fallon. First of all, shout out to Fallon Hamilton Vaughn, otherwise known as Fallon Vaughn. She just got married last month, so shout out to her. She is one of the co-hosts of You Better Than Me podcast, so congratulations, Queen. I am so proud of you. I'm so happy for you to see you in your glowing season, so shout out to you. Okay, so
Black Love, come on,
Black Love. We got a lot to get through, so I'm gonna go get through it as fast as possible. Y'all know we had in our last season or last year, we talked about viral moments, and so this one we're gonna get into our viral moments right now. Let's see what's going on.
Bakersfield, 2 people trying to set a building on fire wound up setting themselves on fire. Suspects doused the building with a liquid and then poured the liquid on the ground. At some point, one of the suspects appears to ignite a flame, but winds catch up the fire, set the other person on fire. Both people then run out of view of the camera. Firefighters were able to put the fire out in about 10 minutes.
You had one job. You had one job. You couldn't even do arson, right, guy? Like what is this about? Like that was very strange. That is
the universe going, no,
absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's crazy to me. This big dummy. It was really crazy. When I started, I was like, what is going on? Anywho, Rashad says, wow, just dumb.
Right.
Listen. All right, so this is a new segment that's coming out that we wanted to bring in, and it's called Pyro Media Mentionables. And Pyro Media Mentionables, I wanted to talk about, like, one of the things that Kyrie and I really want to push this year is shouting out black businesses. And so Pyro Media Mentionables are our own hosts or our own clients that we have. Good morning, Sean Paul. How you doing, Queen? 10-minute burn. Ouch. Trifling sad. That's right, Titan. So Pyro Media Mentionables is basically our own clients, whether they be Pyro Media production clients, whether they be Pyro Media network hosts, whether they any type of client that falls under Pyro Media Enterprises, and anything that is aside from what they're doing. We have a lot of talent within our company, and so we want to shout out their businesses, their brands, and their things that they're doing aside from the shows that they have on Pyro Media Network. So I want to shout out Nicole D. Vick and the new website that Pyro Media just updated her website on. So definitely go to
come on, I like that.
Ain't she gorgeous? Look at her. Look at her. Those pictures were taken by Pyro Media Network, Pyro Media Production. So if you want them high quality pictures, go ahead and get your pictures and your photography taken. Go to Pyro Media productions.com. But anyway, that's besides the point. I want you to also head over to NicoleDVick.com. Okay? NicoleDVick.com. And let me tell you something. Where's my book? Is that book?
Mine is upstairs. Mine are upstairs.
Oh no, it's over here. It's over here in the back. So I can't get to it. But let me tell you something. Nicole has some dope books. Okay, I personally have been looking through the 52 Weeks of Light in Tough Times. It's pushing through, and her other book, Pushing Through. They're great reads, you guys. Like, Nicole is so bubbly and so wonderful, and such an honest and dope presence online. Yeah. If you guys have been following her on TikTok, also follow her on TikTok as well. She had some amazing content, and really just especially if you're a Black woman, really follow her. She has a lot of cool thoughts, and she's becoming a doctor. She's going for a PhD. Okay, so support.
All right, come on, Dr. Vick.
Soon to be Dr. Vick. Okay, but she's not only beautiful, she's also educated. Praise God. But yeah, definitely go ahead and check those books out. It's really, really dope. I have a copy of myself. And just go ahead.
I have a copy.
Yeah, so you can go over to www.NicoleDVick.com to find all of that. And also all things Nicole D. Vick. And Nicole was on, oh my God. Nicole, if you can tell me the name of the show, I think it's on OWN. OWN, actually, she was on a TV show on OWN.
What is it called?
Is it? Oh my God, Nicole! If you could put it in the comments. But it's on OWN, and she's on it, and so she's on the first episode of it. It's a series, and it's really, really dope. So definitely check it out. And she's graduating. Oh, you graduated in 2024. Shout out! Yes, please let me know when you're graduating, because hopefully there's no COVID outbreaks and I can come and support you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Listen, I don't know what's going on. There's too much going on. Anyway, but yes, shout out to all the single ladies.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh my God, beautiful. Nicole, keep glowing up, Queen. 2023 is your year, boo. So definitely check it out. And check out all of the things that is Nicole D. Vick. We also want to shout out.
Episode called Sad Chicks. All right.
Yes. Oh, yes. And we also want to shout out Renewed Church LA as one of our clients, and Pastor Kurt D. Thomas, who has a show on Pyro Media Network called The Recap. It's basically their version of Bible study, and it's really, really dope. It's really honest and down to earth way to kind of go over and what's in the Bible, and it's bite sized. It's really easy to kind of digest, and it really connects to people. So they have Renewed Church LA has a month called the Empowering the Wind, or Empowering the Wind. And so Ben Carlton and George Johnson, amazing kings that are going to be on and doing some guest speaking. And this particular Sunday, they are going to be having church and conversation. And it's called We Are Not Broken with George M. Johnson and Benjamin Carlton. Benjamin Carlton is amazing. George Johnson is also amazing. Definitely check them out. If you can't physically be there, you can go ahead and follow Renewed Church LA on Facebook. And also soon they will be on YouTube and all stuff. But if you go to their Instagram at Renewed LA, you'll be able to kind of find everything that is related to the Renewed Church. But definitely check it out. There's going to be a dope weekend and dope month. And so looking forward to that. So that was all that jazz.
The Miss Sean Pool is called All the Single Ladies.
Yes. All the what say they? Yeah. So it's called All the
Single Ladies.
Yes, All the Single Ladies. That's the name of the show on OWN that Nicole D. Vick is on, and she's on the very first episode, and that episode is called Side Chicks.
Side Chicks.
Yes, definitely check it out. And give a shout out if they have any way you can comment. Give a shout out to Nicole D. Vick on there y'all can let OWN know that we were there to see her. Okay?
Right.
So she can get more gigs. Yes. Thanks, Rochelle. Appreciate you. All right, y'all. Let's get into what's going on. I'm not going to go into another commercial break. We'll go a little later because we have a lot to talk about.
Ooh, too much.
Help us, Father God, as we get through this. All right. First up. Zion. Listen, let's get it. Dwayne Wade's ex-wife, Siobhan, am I pronouncing the right name right?
Siobhan.
Siobhan, Functions?
Functions.
Whatever.
Functions.
Her files court documents to dismiss name and gender change petition for their daughter, Zaya Wade. Claims ex-NBA star violated custody agreement. As it was reported back in August, Dwayne Wade, 40 years old, submitted court documents to have his transgender daughter Zaya Wade's name and gender legally changed. The basketball player the basketball star has been majorly supportive of the 15-year-old since announcing her transition journey back in 2020. However, Zaya's desires have been met with resistance. Most notably, there has been much public opposition from her mother, and I just, in her most recent outcry, I'm so aggravated. This is so aggravating. In her most recent outcry against Zaya's identity adjustment, Siobhan reportedly claims the petition goes against her custody agreement with Wade. Reportedly, the mother of two submitted the original agreement to the courts this past Friday, January 6th, highlighting a provision that allegedly read, quote, Wade shall discuss with and obtain input from Functions, whatever, on the major decisions affecting the care, welfare, activities, health, education, and religious upbringing of their two children. It seems her is hoping the provision is enough to have the name and gender change position thrown out. Back in November, the co-parents publicly feuded due to the August petition. Reportedly, Wade moved forward with submitting the identity change documents on behalf of Zaya without her mother's consent. Court documents reportedly read, quote, pursuant to the terms of the final custody judgment, Wade has full authority to make decisions on behalf of the petitioning minor, and he is not required to receive consent from Ms. Futcher/Wade. As a courtesy, Ms. Futcher/Wade has received notice of this petition. Thoughts?
Well, mine are, now when she said she just feels that Zaya should make the decision herself once she turns 18. I'm in full agreement with that. When she gets 18 and makes the decision herself to do it. That's me. But as she also said how Dwayne has said it's more money in it when they do this or whatever. Now, I don't know if that's all true, but I do think it's something to it because it seems like they're always exploiting Zaya. And I've said this on numerous occasions. Like, why you keep pushing this girl out there? Okay, we know she's training, but it's like you constantly putting her out there. But Gabrielle does it more than her father. I think it's something to it. I mean, that's just me.
You want my opinion?
I think I know, but go ahead.
I don't think it's anybody's business how people want to identify themselves. And so whether it be Wade or Siobhan, I don't think now when it comes to like actual like surgery and all of that stuff or whatever, I do tend to think that they should be, she should be at a certain age, whether it be, particularly 18, to make those type of decisions. However, how she identifies herself, and she has said that she goes by female pronouns, and she wants to be identified as female. Yeah. So to me, having all that, the if she desires to legally change her name, because if she decides that she wants to change her name and her gender legally back, to her birth or how she was born or her birth assignment, then that's fine. She can do that at 18. But right now, that's what she wants. She could say tomorrow that she wants to, transition back. You know what I'm saying? That's her journey.
Right. But now my heart goes out to Zaya, because even she's in this mess, because I know what they're not saying is, and how her mother is. And Dwayne Wade's mother hasn't said anything either.
I don't think anybody should say anything. I don't think it's
they should say anything, but here's my thing. My only concern is for Zaya. I just want Zaya to be good and calm.
I think Zaya's rich.
When she goes to visit Chicago, her mama, I'll bet any amount of money, if it's legal or not, Dwayne's mama, her mama, and her mama's mama, they're not calling her Zaya. They're calling her as trans community is dead.
But Zaya's at an age where she can go and petition to the courts and say, "Hey, I don't want to go over there.
Right.
I don't feel comfortable."
But I don't think so. I think she's comfortable there, but I don't know.
I don't think she's in danger.
I just don't want them to. I just want these two in the picture, to stop exploiting her. Let her live her life. Let her be a normal
I don't think that they're exploiting her, Kyrie. I don't think that they're. I think that this battle between Savon and Wade should not be made public. I don't think that's what I think is damaging Zaya. I don't think that Wade or even Gabrielle is what do you call it, exploiting Zaya. I think because Zaya's doing interviews and things on her own anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think.
But they Zaya has permission. You have to get permission from the parents. Yeah. She's doing the interviews. Yeah, the interview, that's fine. But I mean, every 6 seconds, if she's tying her shoe, oh my God, look at Zaya tying her shoe in a new wig.
But that's social media. Yeah. That's social media. That's she's an influencer now. And now she's representing, so many young, trans children that didn't have support or don't have supportive parents, or don't even know how to navigate, the world. You know what I'm saying? So she's showing her life, and I think she's brave for doing that. So, but I do agree with you in the sense that I think that there is some type of exploitation, but I don't think it's coming from Dwayne or Gabrielle personally. Okay. She said, okay. So what do you guys think? Okay, let's see. Titan says, I think it is Zaya living her life. How are you going to put a time on her identity? We don't know what's going on with her. Obviously, he knows something we don't. I didn't think of it that way. Sean Paul says that she agrees with 18 years old. Okay.
And I just say, no, when I say that, I mean, and just like her mama, what she's saying is, no, you could be she, her all day long. But to legally transfer, wait till you're 18 till you know that you're an adult. Like you said, you may want to change. She may change her mind. Like now, there's a video out there now. This trans girl, but she went through the whole process. Now she wants to come back to the other side.
But I think if you have the money, if you have the access, if you have the ability and the opportunity to do so, then whether you transition 4 times a year, that's your business.
Oh, well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just me personally. So Titan says, I think they're letting her live. It just so happens that they are celebrities. I agree. I absolutely agree, Titan. Rochelle says, can't nobody decide how Zaya identifies? That's personal to her. I agree that any surgery should be decided once she's of age. I agree with that. Yes, absolutely. Titan says, what I don't like is that people want to put a time frame on someone's identity and freedom. That part. Now, I do think that major things like surgeries and like gender reassignment surgery, like that, I think that's something that, you know, should take some time, and that you should personally make that decision when you are of age. But that's just me. I'm not Zaya's parent, so that's something that, you know, I think that she should be able to do, you know, or make that decision when she gets older, if she even wants to do that. Because I know that there's a lot of trans people that don't even want to have gender reassignment surgery. So it really just depends on how she wants to navigate. But I do agree with like putting a time frame on someone's identity, or how they navigate life. I do think that if Zaya wants to be identified with female pronouns now, then that's what she desires to be.
Nobody has a problem with that. Her mother just said to make it legal, you know, to change it on paper, I guess.
But changing it on paper, to me, it's like, that's just paper. You can change it. Like, I can go and get my gender reassignment. I can legally change my gender today, and then tomorrow or next week or whatever, when I get it changed, I can legally change it back. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that that's really detrimental. I think that that's just how she wants to identify, and I think having her ID, that's such a big deal. From what I've read, and from people who trans individuals that I've spoken to, that's a big deal for them, is to see their ID, and to see that they're living the life that they're supposed to be, or that they want to be in a 360 manner. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just don't want people to feel like they have to navigate. Or put a time, like Titan said, put a time frame on that. This picture is giving me the smell. You so stupid.
I'm laughing at.
But again, he is well within his legal rights to do whatever he has discussed with his daughter, because he has said so. That's true. He is the sole custodian of Zaya, so that's saying something.
But I believe, as another parent, I mean, I still think she has a right to speak what she said, because it's still her child. Because what thing confuses people. Gabrielle is not Zaya's mama. Siobhan is. So
I don't think Gabrielle.
You know, but this is me, because a lot of people like to discount Siobhan and like she's not Zaya's mama because of the way she feels, but that's her child.
I agree with that.
She has the right to feel how she feels. I mean, I don't think, you know, I think she has the right to feel however she feels. And we all know how church people can be, and they are. That's why I said they're probably going to call her not Zion, because Dwayne's mama and Zion's mama and her grandmama, they are devout Kojic people.
Wow. Yeah. I mean,
baby, listen. In Chicago, they are devout Christian people. So
we'll just call them church folk, because not everybody's Christian. Not everybody's Christian.
Okay, devout church folk. Okay.
All right. Well, best of luck to Zaya. I'm really more concerned about Zaya, and I know Kyrie is more concerned about Zaya and her well-being. And I agree with Kyrie in that aspect. So, moving on. Where is Ye?
Babe, he gone. What? Nobody knows where he is. No one has seen him.
Does anybody know where she at? Where'd she go?
Now, the conspiracy theorists think that he's somewhere being cloned.
We'll get to that. So, you're so stupid, Kyrie. You get about that. All right, so, because I've seen a lot on TikTok.
Baby.
Oh my God, Fallon.
Now that's where he is.
All right, so Fallon says that he's in the sunken place. I'm repeating a lot of the comments because this also airs on Bullet in Flight. So shout out to the Bullet in Flight radio listeners. We appreciate you, and thank you guys so much for supporting Bullet in Flight as well as Pirate Media. So let's go ahead and continue. So where is Ye? Kanye West's former lawyers can't reach him to advise him that he's dropped as a client. The law firm dropped the rapper after his anti-Semitic rants. Kanye, or Ye, formerly Kanye West, went missing sometime last month. Kanye's former business manager, who is suing him for 4.5, he is going through a lot, for 4.5 million, said in court that he hasn't spoken to Ye in weeks. But most troubling of all, Yi apparently missed spending the Christmas holidays with his 4 children by aspiring lawyer Kim Kardashian. Friends say he would never miss spending the holidays with his kids, who he loves dearly. Greenberg Tarek LLP, which represented West until recently, told Insider Magazine that the law firm can't find Yi to tell him that they've dropped him as a client. Legally, they must formally notify Yi that they no longer represent him, but they are not able to locate him. Thoughts?
When I saw he had not spent Christmas with his children,
Yeah.
I said, no, something's up.
Yeah.
That's not
What do you guys think? It says, Titan says, hey, upsetting those people and they came to get him. The white vans to picked him up. Dr. Holt says, go with God, Yi. Okay, listen. My personal opinion on this, I don't know what's going on with Kanye. And I pray that that he's okay. Because at the end of the day, even though he has gone over to the dark side, he is still a black man that is apparently gone missing. So I hope that they find him. So that way he can kind of look, because at the end of the day, those kids still need their dad, regardless if he's crazy or whatever. I also possibly, what I'm hoping and praying is that he is in a rehab institution or some type of mental facility, getting the help that he so desperately needs.
Yeah.
That's just my personal opinion. I just hope.
Well, his daughter show needs him drawing these pictures in school with the heads cut off and blood coming out. I said, what is going on?
Child. And Titan says, they are about to pick him apart piece by piece. That's why he made sure they updated the support with Kim. He knew this was coming. Oh, Father God help him.
Oh, wow.
So tell us what the conspiracy streets are telling us, Kyrie.
Well, the conspiracy street says that he's somewhere being cloned, or that he is in a mental facility being drugged up.
Yes. If you guys are on TikTok, you guys will see, if you type in #conspiracies or #conspiracy theories, #conspiracy theories, #Kanye West, you'll see a lot of crap that comes out. And so what they're saying is that people like Dave Chappelle, people like Tom Cruise, these people were all quote unquote cloned, and so we're not
Joe Biden.
They also they're making conspiracy theories about Joe Biden. Now, personally, I don't believe in conspiracy theories. I just think that they're fun entertainment. Some things I think are actually interesting to like. Oh, that's possible. But I don't think that Kanye West is being cloned. If anything, he's been scooped up, but I don't think he's being cloned.
I don't know. Do you believe in cloning?
I think that we have the ability to do it, but one of the things that I know for a fact is that scientists, especially through research and everything, and even looking through conspiracy theories, we have been able to clone cells. We have been able to clone certain animals, but we have not, to our knowledge, to our public knowledge, we have not been able to clone a human. And I think the reason why we've not been able to do that, and if we have done it, and if it has happened in some way, shape, or form, one of the things that I do not think science can do, they may be able to clone bodies and cells and limbs and all these different things, but what I do not believe that they're able to do is clone a spirit. You cannot clone a soul.
Yeah, cannot.
So whatever you create, they're not going to have a soul. You can't. Right. We still do not understand what is that spark. What creates that spark of life? Scientifically, we don't understand. Now, us believers, those who believe in God and the Lord, knows where it comes from. We know that God, holds everything together. Even if you guys have looked into CERN, which is a science facility in, I believe, in Germany or in Europe or whatever, but they have the Hadron Collider, and basically it's supposed to THAT that. Hey, this is my sister-in-law. Hey, Bungie, how are you, Queen? Thanks for joining.
I know this is one of your people.
Yes. So that's my sister-in-law. That's my. Well, I don't like to call her my sister-in-law. She's my sister. But she is. We've talked about this before that we have not been able to clone or talk about duplicating souls.
So you can't do that. You absolutely can't do that.
And so then what happens if let's say that this is true, that we've been able to clone a human being. What is it? If it's because what makes us human and what makes Kyrie and Kwame is our spirits, our souls. Right. So if we create something that, let's say they duplicate Kwame, what is that?
I think it's just a robot.
Well, then is it a robot or is it a clone?
Well, good question.
You know what I'm saying? Because robots don't have personalities. We have not been able to.
Right.
I mean, we see Battlestar Galactica. We've seen RoboCop. We've seen all these different types of Terminator. All these different types of things but they don't have a personality. They don't have a soul. But anyway, we'll talk more about that on the kickback because I really want to deep dive into some of these conspiracy theories, and we can't really do that on Pyro Power Hour. So we'll get into that. But good luck, Kanye. We hope we find you, girl. For now, thanks for not causing so much havoc in the social media. I hope you get the help that you deserve. All right. Family matters. Family matters, and I'm not talking about the good old whatever happened to the people. I'm not talking about Steve Urkel. I'm not talking about all that. I'm talking about Prince Harry and the 60 Minutes interview that happened with Anderson Cooper last night. So in an interview that aired on CBS 60 Minutes on Sunday to promote Spare, the Duke of Sussex memoir, Cooper noted that Harry and his wife, Meghan Markle, stepped back from their senior royal roles in January of 2020 and relocated to North America, then inked a deal with Netflix and gave a tell-all interview to Oprah Winfrey months later. The couple has continued to use the Royal Duke Duchess of, the couple has continued to use the Royal Duke and Sussex, the Royal Duke and Duchess of Sussex titles they received from Queen Elizabeth on their 2018 wedding day, and Cooper asked why. And quote, Prince Harry said, why not renounce your titles as Duke and Cooper said, why not renounce your titles as Duke and Duchess, Cooper asked. And Harry said, and what difference would that make? And so, thoughts.
Well, I mean, I think I'm probably the only person that don't give a damn about the royal family. But
you're not.
Now, I just want to know, when is he going to tell that he is not Charles' son?
You know what?
Kyrie, and he's the bodyguard's son. He looks just like that man.
Kyrie.
What did he
Allegedly.
Okay, but I'm sorry, everyone. Allegedly.
Listen, this is our first show of the year, Kyrie. You over here trying to get us banned?
You're right. Allegedly. I'm so sorry.
Allegedly. Yes, allegedly.
Now,
but
allegedly, this is his father is the bodyguard. Who he looks exactly like. But
I think a lot of the royals look alike. Or not the royals, but the British people look alike. But that's just my personal opinion.
You sound like the head of the clan. They're black. They all look alike. But he looks exactly.
Did you just compare me to the Grand Wizard? Are you kidding me?
He looks exactly like that man. The red hair and all, facial structure. And I heard he had talked about a fight he had with his brother. I said, that's probably why they fighting.
Actually, allegedly, the fight was due to it's not Harry. What's the brother's name?
William
was basically talking mess about Meghan, and so Harry defended her, and then so they got into a fight.
Yeah.
But listen, have you seen the Netflix special with Meghan Markle or Meghan and Harry?
Are you asking me or the audience?
I'm asking you and the audience.
Oh, well, I just told you I don't give a damn. Now I ain't watching it.
Well, actually, Kyrie, I really think that you would be interested in it. And the reason why, because I watched it. Now, I'm not saying that everybody should be on Team Harry and Team Meghan. What I'm saying, and I'm neither am I saying that you need to give a crap about it, but what I am saying is that to get a full picture of everything, because we've all seen, and I did the research, I've seen all of the stuff that has been coming out from Buckingham Palace and coming out the press from the institution and all of that jazz. But you get a deeper understanding of how things work because Harry breaks down not just what happened to them and their experience, but also how the institution works back in, and it's very similar. I think the U.S. is a little different when it comes to the press and their relationship between the press and the government, but you can see how things are navigate, like how things work in the machine that is working in Britain, so and the United Kingdom. So I don't know. I think it's a very interesting watch.
I'll check it out on your stream. But here's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
I got turned off when I saw this clip of her saying, "I've never experienced racism until now." Yeah. Ma'am, you are a mixed woman from Compton.
Yeah. So and that was actually taken out of context because that's not what she meant.
Oh, okay.
And that's why, like, because what that was something that was again pushed out by the UK media. And they clipped that. And so yes, she did say that. What she said was that I didn't really experience or realize that, like I was black until
that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. She said I didn't realize I was black until I went to the UK or whatever, and the reason why she said that is because she was always around black people. So it wasn't like she wasn't saying that she didn't know she was a black person. Okay. She was saying I was always around my people. So race wasn't brought up. Right. Like it wasn't made a big deal. Until I got to the UK, and then all of a sudden it was such a big deal that I was a black woman.
Oh, yeah, because them people, I didn't understand him marry her, but then again, it's okay. I have my own theory about that.
Well, yeah, that's it.
Because I'm like, they don't even like us.
Have you? Well, that's another conversation. We're gonna talk about that on the kickback because I think you and I align on that, but we can't talk about that on here.
That's what I think. Yeah.
All right, real quickly, let's get into the next. Got a reality check. Show did, St. James. Show did. All right. Oh, Kevin. All right, let's get into Kevin McCarthy's tragic but comical struggle to grasp the House Speaker's gavel. The coveted costly prize denied him by his fellow Republican representatives again and again and again and again and again for days. Wasn't just a historical anomaly, it was also a gem of justice in an unjust world. One of those vanishingly rare cases of a man getting exactly what he deserves. McCarthy's compulsive dishonesty, habitual servility, and enthusiasm for groveling before authoritarians were never stellar credentials for a man hoping to be entrusted with the leadership of a democratic institution. But McCarthy's ritual humiliation transcends his person and serves as an indictment of his party. The California Republican has solicitously presided over a group of people who to varying degrees do not believe in elections, governance, facts, decency, or order. Nearly 2/3 of his ragtag caucus voted to overturn the last presidential election. So, of course, they're not pulled by the precepts that typically enable people to form societies, associations, and, congresses. So, it took 15, not one,
15.
Not two, not three, 15 votes for this white man to get up and become the Speaker of the House. Yeah. And then he had the white nerve to sit there and say, "Hey, I'm happy. Look at this, celebrate." And then he said,
"They didn't want you. They don't like you.
They don't want you, girl." And it was funny because I was watching The View last Friday, and Sarah said maybe they're just not that into you. like they're just not that.
Fact.
Maybe like I don't understand. Like I think that you only won specifically and only, in my personal opinion, because you tired them out. Everybody wanted to go home.
Right. You do a temperature. They said, "Fuck it." I mean, forget it. Just give it to him.
Just give it to him.
Just give it to him.
They're tired. Yes, Kevin, the white nerve, child. I'm just like, what? I just. What do you think, Kyrie? What do y'all think?
I think he do a temper tantrum and got what he wanted. Like,
But
just give it to him.
But the Speaker of the House is the third most powerful position in the country, but dare I say, the world.
I was hoping Hakeem was gonna get it.
He wasn't gonna get it. He wouldn't have the Republican vote. They were not gonna they were not gonna do it because then the Senate and the House would have would be under Republican Democratic rule, and they didn't want that.
Well, I was in the Republicans. I ain't gonna say it's because they would have put Herschel Walker in there before they put this man.
Child,
Could you imagine that?
Child. But my thing is that this is the third most powerful position in the world, right?
Right.
And let alone the country. And so, but in order for you to have gotten this position, you made concessions to that power. So there's like things like, for example, one person out of the caucus can remove him when that wasn't, so you basically made all these concessions and made all of these promises because now and written it into your position in order for you to get the vote. But now you don't have any power. You can't really sway your caucus. You can't get them in line. So are you really the Speaker? Are you really the third most powerful person? Why are you there? Why would you want a position where you strip the power away? It doesn't make any sense.
Sean Kinney said third in line.
Yeah,
to the presidency.
He's third in line to the president.
So when I saw in one of those rounds, they even gave Trump a few votes. I started laughing. Sir, they don't want you.
They don't want you, child. They don't want you. They
don't put Donald Trump name on there. They don't want you.
I don't know if you guys seen that movie, the Jackson 5 of American Dream, where Angela Bassett was playing Catherine Jackson, and at the end she's like, "I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you no more."
I heard you. I heard you. I don't want you.
I don't want you no more. Help us, Lord. Help us. Listen, we took a break, and it's just nothing but chaos. Okay, this is how we coming into 2023. Hot mess. Sir. Mr. Whitehead. Sir.
Daddy Rich.
Sir. I just don't even know what to say about him. All right, so Bishop Lamar Whitehead, a.k.a. Daddy Rich, as Kyrie likes to call him, has concerns outside of the federal charges he's facing. The Brooklyn pastor who's been accused of defrauding his parishioners is now focused on getting in the boxing ring with Uncle Murder. What? Why? Whitehead took to Instagram earlier this week to share the announcement and even went so far as to tag Uncle Murder and 50 Cent. Since the alleged robbery, Whitehead has been charged with 2 counts of wire fraud, 1 count of extortion, and 1 count of making false statements to the FBI. As this, Whitehead also has been accused of defrauding $90,000 from one of his parishioners. Mm-hmm. The Brooklyn pastor allegedly used the money he defrauded to pay for, quote, luxury goods and other personal expenses. Why are you picking a fight?
Well, I mean, sir, you're facing 65 years in prison.
You ain't got time for this.
Right.
You ain't got time for this.
No one is advising. Well, they may be advising him, and he's just not listening.
He's definitely not listening. He's definitely not listening. I don't know what his problem is, but
I guess D.L. Hughley said no. So no. I don't know. So what is your beef with Uncle Murder? You just want to have something to do?
I think he's bored. I think he's bored. And I think he needs some Jesus.
Sir, you could just do like Jen Shaw, throw a fabulous dinner party before you go to prison.
This girl here wants to get Dr. Holt. Not this early in the morning. But yes, I agree with you, Dr. Hall. I do think that Mr. Whitehead is desiring some things.
The way he be talking about the homosexuals, I was like, okay.
You doing too much.
Right. Okay.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break because we didn't take one earlier, so we're gonna take a quick break and then get back to this. There's so much to talk about, y'all. We got a lot more on this list, so stay tuned. We'll be right back, and don't forget to bring people in. I know you guys are probably listening to this during work, listening to this on your way to work or what have you, but definitely bring some people in. We appreciate you guys to join the convo. So we'll see you on the word. Spread the word, like, share, and subscribe. See you in a bit. And we're back by popular demand. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We appreciate you. If you are just joining us and tuning in, don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. And also, if you are new to us, welcome to the Pyro fam. We appreciate
Welcome.
Yes. All right, y'all. We're going to get right back into this because we got a lot to talk about. So, there's been a lot going on, and this is where we take a slight turn because there's been a lot going on in schools, in classrooms, and things of that nature. So the question is, are classrooms safe? So the reason why I ask is because as police investigate the circumstances that led to a 6-year-old boy allegedly shooting and injuring a teacher at Richmond?
Richmond, Virginia.
Richmond Elementary.
No, Newport News, Virginia.
Yeah, so it's Rich Neck Elementary School in Newport News, Virginia. On Friday, a student at the school described the harrowing moment that led to the lockdown that was called. So we have a clip from the events that day. So let's take a look.
Good morning,
Elementary school teacher in Virginia was shot by a 6-year-old boy at school. She's now in stable condition and improving. Police say there was an altercation between that teacher and the student, and the shooting was not accidental. Police have yet to tell us how that child was able to get his hands on a loaded gun. We're also learning that he had 3 instances of gun violence on district property in the past 17 months.
This is just getting crazy. Hey, what's going on, mother? How you doing? Happy New Year! Appreciate you for joining us.
Mother let trade out. Woke up late.
Hey, Michelle, Hey, Michelle, what's going on? Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you. All right, so let's talk about this. So it's just I've been saying this is not just
Is that the teacher?
This is the teacher that was
Now I'm really asking. Was the little boy black? Was it one of us?
I don't know because they're not revealing his identity, and I do not think that they should because he is underage. He's a 6-year-old boy. I don't think they should. But what I will say is that regardless of what's going on, where did the child get this gun from? You know what I'm saying? And
the parents. You know, how was he able to reach it? Is my question.
But my thing is like, and it's not just this. This is not the only. At only 6 years old, God help this child. Yeah, exactly. Because I don't know. This is how they start.
Yeah.
This is the start. His whole life is ruined. Period. Like there's no way that this child is going to have without a record or anything like that. This child's life is ruined.
It's gonna follow him on food.
It's gonna follow him even if he gets off from the whatever the situation is. It's going to follow him for the rest of his life. Like he has to move. There's a lot of things he has to do, and so we don't know his financial circumstances of the parents and what they can do. This is their whole family. This is changing lives across the board. And this woman was shot. You know, whether we want to,
and she was seriously hurt.
Yeah, she was. She almost died.
It wasn't a graze. Yeah,
it wasn't
graze.
at all. And she was stabilized because she was sent to, when it first happened. She was in critical condition. Mm-hmm. And not only this is not the only situation that is going on. This is why I posed the question: are classrooms safe? Because we just saw an article of a gentleman, or I just saw an article of a teacher who overdosed on fentanyl. Like, what is happening? And then we have all of these mass shootings in these schools. Do we need to reevaluate what happens and how we, because before, when I was growing up, schools were safe. That schools were the places. I mean, you had fights and stuff like that. You had people, stuff outside of the schools, but typically schools were the place you go when there was a major natural disaster, like a tornado, or if there was like 9/11, when 9/11 happened. People ran to the schools, you know what I'm saying? So like, I know that's how it was for me when I was in New York. Like everybody, ran to the schools, whatever. That was their safe zone. But like, schools are supposed to be a place, and everybody, like even in wars, like before, like all of this stuff, hospitals and schools were designated as places where you do not attack, or you do not, shoot, or you evacuate, you know what I'm saying? Because children and women and children were supposed to be, off limits, you know what I'm saying? It just was an unspoken rule. And so hospitals were the same way. So now it just seems like we're just kind of going into this realm, where we're not valuing our future, our youth anymore. Like, it just seems really ridiculous how we're exposing these kids to people overdosing on fentanyl. We're exposing these kids to being, to guns and violence. And like, it's one thing. We can't control what the kids see on social media, because social media has become a monster that is just, I don't think it's controllable at this point. But at the end of the day, they already have to deal with peer pressure and the crap that has to go on with videos of them being, surfaced, sex shaming videos or bullying, online bullying, all this stuff. And now you have to worry about people who you're supposed to look up to, either being shot or bringing in drugs. And like, it's just crazy. Like I just, like, it makes me want to, when I have kids, it makes me want to homeschool them. You know what I'm saying? But then again, are they going to be exposed to, when you homeschool them, are they going to be exposed to the same type of socializing that, typically that happens with other kids? It's a very scary thing. I shouldn't have to worry about my child being shot up in the school, or having their teacher worry about, the teacher's going to overdose on fentanyl or any other type of drugs, or being intoxicated, or if they're going to be safe if a child brings a gun to school. Like, it's just crazy. It's just crazy.
And like Michelle said, how did he even know how to shoot a gun or someone? Right.
Yeah.
Who trained you?
D number 3 says that's the question that needs to be answered. How did he get his gun?
Hands on a gun.
Yeah.
He brought it from home.
He had to. He had to have. Dr. Holt says, we had threats at every high school in my county today, and they wonder why this Glock is in my bag daily. I hear you, but that's your own personal protection, Dr. Holt. You are an adult. I don't think that kids need to worry about that, because now it's like, are we going to get to a point where kids need to carry guns to protect themselves? That's, you know what I'm saying? I know that sounds strange, but we're already in strange times at this point. Like, how are we going to protect our kids?
It's wild. It's
wild. Kids are there. I saw when the whole situation at Uvalde was happening, the whole situation at Uvalde, Texas, and that mass shooting. Mm-hmm. I started seeing over the next couple of months bulletproof kind of plates that were that you could put into your child's book bag.
I saw that.
That's where we're going to.
But I mean, we have to.
And it's crazy, but that's what I'm saying. People, when I had talked to one of my, I was texting one of my battle buddies who lives in Houston, Texas, and he just moved there, and he was like, "Hey, just want to check in, Happy New Year, something, whatever." And he was talking about how his cousin was, at the school, or his cousin was at the school. Well, his cousin's daughter, was at the school. Of course, she was. They got out. She got out safely. Thank God. But he started talking about how she was purchasing all these different things. There's like shields that you can purchase for the kids. There's bulletproof like plates that you put in their book bags. This is crazy.
Right, but I want to know the story behind this. Like, what made him do it? Because like Michelle said, what happened between the teacher and the student? Why was there not a parent-teacher discussion before it got this bad? But Michelle, it could have been. Sometimes these parents are like, don't say nothing to my child.
That's true, but and that's I know one of the things that my mom and it used to kind of annoy me, but I look back and I thank God that she was very much a part of the PTA, and she very much led the PTA, and very much was she got to know all of the teachers. The school knew my mother. When I was growing up, especially my elementary school, they knew her. She was always at the school. She was talking to she knew the security guard. They knew who I was, so I couldn't even get in trouble. But that's the type of relationship that you need to have with your child, because it's a team effort. You're talking about, because teachers are also parents, basically. They're guardians of your kids, so you should know. They're guarding your kids throughout the day for a majority of the 7 to 8 hours a day.
Oh, wait a minute. Dr. Hope said he's going out to dismissal. What time y'all go to? What?
Dr. Hope says actually about to go back on hall duty in a few minutes for dismissal to make sure these kids are safe getting on the bus and stuff. Y'all, it's a task when these threats come in. My God.
Right, but it's 1:13. What time y'all get out of school? What time y'all start?
I don't know, child.
Dismissal. But yeah,
Michelle Holly says, I get nervous because I understand that teachers have violated students in the past. Something happened that made that child so angry.
Yes. But at 6 years old, I'm guessing she didn't give him cookies and juice the day before.
Yeah, Sean Poole says there are YouTubes on how to games that emulate massive shooter or mass shooters. There are those who intentionally plant these ideas.
I didn't choose mine.
Now, listen, I hear that, Sean Paul. I do think that social media and media plays a kind of a
heavy influence.
Influence on stuff. But at the end of the day, I do believe that what's the difference between that child and another child that watches the same thing? Because this stuff is access to all children, right? All children have access to all of these things. And so to me, it really depends on the parent and how the parent is navigating that. Is the parent communicative with the child? Is the parent engaging in the child's life? Is the parent really there to kind of really talk about, oh, well, you saw that. What did you think of that? How did you interpret that? Is the parent making sure that the child is engaged in therapy? You know what I'm saying? There's so much that goes on because if a child feels that they have to get to this point, they felt that they couldn't talk to anybody.
Right, but now I do agree. It's a lot of influences out here. You have adults who are influenced by stuff that
absolutely
you're not influenced by, but you see them, they're influenced.
I agree. D number 3 says we had an eighth grader chased on his way to school and shot at trying to enter. Thank God the shooter missed. The school cameras caught it all. It was scary to see. My God.
I know what.
Oh, help us, Lord. I just don't understand it. We just need to do better. We need to do better. Yeah. All right, let's get right on into the next one. So
you right with they do.
Michelle said, hold on, Brother Kwame and Uncle Kyrie, there are some teachers who harass students, especially students who are underprivileged. I agree with that. There are but that's what I'm saying, that parents need to be engaged into, because I know there were some teachers that I had that I was transferred out of, thank God, because thanks to my mom, that I had, but my mom was very aware of who they were and how they operated because she talked to them. And she talked to the principal, and she talked to the assistant principal, and she talked to the superintendent. You have to be engaged in your child's life.
Your mother was hands-on.
Right, exactly. Even though sometimes I was like, Mom, I don't need the entire school to know who the hell I am, But it is what it kept me safe, Right. But anyway, Rochelle says, as parents, you definitely have to keep an eye on these kids and monitor what they watch and video games they play. Parents are too busy being their child's friend instead of parent. I agree with that. Sean Paul says the difference may be mentality. Of course, household and environment influences. I agree, Sean Paul. Yeah, and I do think mentality is important, especially when it comes to parenting. But I also don't think that parents should also be blamed for everything. I do think that parents should watch and be more engaged in a child's life. But nobody knew that Jeffrey Dahmer was going to be eating up people.
Yeah,
and it seemed like they were engaged in his life in some way, shape, or form.
Well, didn't they treat him badly or something crazy?
Well, I mean, I think that what the misstep was that they didn't really engage. It's not exactly it's not cookie cutter. I agree. There are differences in school districts. That's true. There are differences.
You be safe, Dr. Holt.
Dr. Jose, I'm glad you all are back. Got to go. Oh, appreciate you. We'll see you on. You can watch the replay. Please be safe over there. I don't want to hear no. I don't want to hear no crazy news, Dr. Hall. Come back safe.
Yeah.
Yes. Y'all keep your prayers up for Dr. Hall, because that's not a joke. Poverty versus wealthier families and the schools that their children. I agree, Pooja. I do. So let's move on. That's a whole topic in and of itself. So is age really just a number? So apparently this 19-year-old man makes his relationship official with a 76-year-old woman. Love breaks barriers. Love can do anything, he says. Quote, for love, there is no age, says the young man in the video. He's 19 and a student. The girlfriend is 76 and a billionaire. He claims it was love at first sight, a beautiful thing. Quote, I felt butterflies when I saw it. I bet you did. I bet you did. You saw butterflies when you saw that king.
Yeah.
I don't know, y'all. What are your thoughts? Because I don't think that age should matter. But
that's no question. Is age a factor when it comes to love?
I think this is a little much.
This is past a little much.
This is a little much.
Like I said on
19
Instagram,
years old.
I told on Instagram, your tuition is paid.
Paid. Okay. Your first deposit on your company or your investment is paid. Your life is paid, honey. You don't have to worry about nothing.
I'm not mad at him at all. Going through the night. Well, what is his parents saying? You took her home for Christmas dinner.
His parents are not saying nothing because they too have their house and bills paid. Okay. They too.
I guess he's saying, Glenda, mom needs some new windows for the house.
Not Glenda. But let's look at some of these other celebrities that are dating younger or whatever. Like we talk about Cher and Alexander Edwards, otherwise known as 36. Yeah, and then we also have Babyface,
64 and 33.
German model Rika. Is that her name? Rika?
I don't know. White one. Child, listen.
You know what? I'm not doing.
I just want to know, you couldn't find a sister.
Father God help us.
But his ex-wife, I found it, is Caucasian. So I guess Tracy did a number.
Right, Michelle. Right, Michelle. He done hit the jackpot. He don't want her for real. Listen, I don't know if he don't want her for real.
Well, I don't know. He said he in love. Now that's what he said.
He in love, honey.
I'm here for it. He don't need to go to school. He can teach school.
He is the goat. He can buy the school now, child.
I want to know where they met at. Where y'all meet.
How do you meet a 76-year-old billionaire?
Yeah.
Listen, I have a couple of investments. Does he want to invest in Pyro? Feel free, honey. Feel free. I don't hate on anyone's cover. I know that's right, Michelle. D number 3 says I knew Kyrie was going to check out with this. So, Kyrie, are you going to date a 76-year-old billionaire, honey?
Now if he looks like Ed Gordon, absolutely.
What if it's a she? You wouldn't munch crunch for $1 billion?
Well,
yeah, okay. All right.
I mean, now if we have an understanding as some couples do, where I can still do my thing, absolutely.
Father God, did we miss anything? Is there anything else that we talk about before we go to our commercial break, child? Because you're a hot mess. All right, y'all, we're gonna go to commercial. If they black at Kyrie, I know that's right.
D number 3 know me.
Listen, we all do, child. All right, y'all, we're gonna take another quick commercial break. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you feel so inclined to bless your boys, you can go ahead and use the Cash App things right down there. And also, don't forget to follow us on TikTok at Kwame Speaks and at Kyrie Sanan. We love you guys. We'll be right back. See you in a bit. of all, Muffins talk about that.
Yeah, that's all I'm laughing at before we went to the burger.
I know you're right.
All right.
All right. We are back, y'all. Thank you guys so much for joining. We appreciate it. We're coming up on the end of the show. We got a lot to talk about. We had a lot to talk about. We appreciate you guys for joining. It was the first show of the year. And we have an announcement. If you guys didn't know already, Kyrie and I are moving or adding an extra show for Pyro Power Hour. So not only will we be on Mondays and Fridays, we will also be on Wednesdays. So please join us on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9 a.m. to kick off your mornings and to just be the sexy, melanated men that we are.
Right. Yeah.
All right. But before we end the show, we're going to go ahead.
I like that name, Gertrude.
Not Gertrude, child. The official Tyree Sports says how Gertrude got her groove back. Oh, Father God, help us. I can't with you. Not today.
Gertie done moved on with a 19-year-old. He can't even drink.
Listen. All right, y'all. Before we end off the show, you know we have this segment that I started. I wanted to do what's on the screen, and so I got to catch up on a lot of shows this past holiday break, and I have not. I don't even know why I haven't, but if you guys have Apple TV, definitely check it out because it actually has some really stellar writing and really stellar shows on there. And so I was really pleased to check out. I just finished the first. I binged the first season in a day. That's how like day and a half actually how involved I was from like the first episode of this show called C. Now C, and it's not just because Jason Momoa is in it, okay? It's actually really is a great show. But C is an Apple TV Plus original series, and it is set far in a dystopian future. The human race has lost a sense of sight, and society has had to find new ways to interact, build, hunt, and to survive. All of that is challenged when a set of twins are born with sight. So definitely check it out. It is super dope. It's super interactive too because you see all of these people who don't have sight, so they're navigating, and you're like, it feels like you're in the way it pulls you in. It feels like you're in and a part of this kind of society, and it's really fast paced from beginning to end. So that's one of the reasons why I enjoyed it. And so definitely check it out. It's on Apple TV. It's called C, and I just finished the first season. But it's apparently just finished its third season, so I'm looking forward to this weekend to kind of and probably throughout the week to start the second season and kind of finish it off. But it's already they just aired. Well, not just aired, but last year they just aired the final third and final season of the show. But it's really, really, really good, and I definitely encourage you guys to check it out. It's really, really dope. So anyway. I want to do real quick today's discussion. And today's discussion is, what does New Year, New Me mean to you? Go ahead, Kyrie.
New Year, New Me. Well, I think it means, people always say it's a new me. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Mm-hmm. For me, I just said, this is my year. It's about me. Mm-hmm. And I have this on, take care of yourself. Mm-hmm. You have to put yourself first in order for it to be a new you. Yeah. You have to put yourself first. Because so many times a lot of us are used to putting everybody else first, then we'll put ourselves on the back burner. Yeah, for sure. And I get Kyrie, I'm sorry. No, go ahead. But then, like I said, you have to put you first. So in everything you're doing, like now I'm on this new thing. I'll get back on my weight loss journey that I said. So now I'm doing a set schedule. I'm getting up, going to bed, make sure I'm in the bed at a certain time. Because normally I'll be a night owl and up all night. Gotta stop doing that. So have a set schedule going to bed. I was talking to my cousin today because he's a retired professional bodybuilder. So he's helping me get back on track and get the body together, because I had said this is I am back on the market looking for love. Is love in existence anymore? Or are people just looking for arrangements?
Well, I do think that love. I want to be a better person in 2023. I thanks Michelle for saying that. That's
me
true.
Too, because now the new me part is, besides me getting on schedule and everything. Mm-hmm. I said I'm not going to read anybody on social media anymore. Whatever you do in the comments on my TikTok or whatever, y'all have at it. Even on my show, have at it. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to read anybody, because the last time I did, And I said in my read, I realized some of you all, you need that win in life because your life is so jacked up.
Wow.
You have to win at insulting somebody.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing it no more. I'm putting all positive energy out, and because that's what I want to receive, positive energy. So yeah.
I that's really dope, Kyrie, because I too think that that's something that I think you need to look at. Not you personally, just
right.
in general. But I do think that people need to look at that because I think that when you put that stuff up, because especially with the passing of Twitch and so many other people who are committing suicide, like people are one step away from going off the edge, and you saying something like that. Or saying something horrible or reading somebody, like if you're retaliating, it is what to defend yourself. Do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? You're grown,
right.
But I think just reading people just for the sake of reading people, it can kind of get old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like if you're gonna have commentary, that's different. I think commentary is different from just for the sake of just reading somebody. You know what I'm saying? And seeking out there's a lot of people that are always seeking out information about that's what I think there's a difference between like people like for example like the Thais report and Larry Reed, where they're just commentating on what is already being reported, right? As opposed to where you see other people who are just kind of creating stuff and they're just like, oh, I just want to talk about this just to dig, and they're seeking on that, they're focusing on just the negative aspects of stuff, and I think that's kind of lame.
Right,
it's kind of getting old.
Right, because like you all have people, everybody has their own opinion.
Yeah.
And you have people come in the comment section. But when they make what happened was I did I gave my opinion on the Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess one of Tory Lanez fans. And totally all of a sudden he just like, well, you can't even see straight. And I'm like, yeah.
What?
So I was like, okay. So you're talking about a handicap that I have because I said something about Tory Lanez. But in my read, I went, I went on their page to see, and they had said some things, and I said, okay. And I took that and I weaponized it against them. And then after that, I said, you know what? Let me stop this because I don't even know this person. They don't know me. So that's wasted energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also another thing that I did say, please do not tell me anything anyone has to say about me. That's one thing I fell in that trap too.
Oh, yes. I don't give a dang. Don't come to me about it. I don't care.
Right. No, if people that I no longer associate with choose to talk about me, let them talk. I'm in their head for rent free. Good. Right. Because trust me, believe me, I don't think about anybody that I no longer deal with.
I know that's right. I know that's right. And one thing, and it's actually the title of today's show, is the capacity for change. And so when I look at New Year, New Me, I look at, we all have this, and we have these different things that we're holding on to, and we're carrying all of, whether it be baggage or whether it be whatever the situation is, and we're all carrying all of these different things, traumas and things or whatever. But what happens when God says, well, I want to bless you with things? How are you going to hold your hand out? You have to put all of this stuff down. You have to let go of all of the things, because if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And right. I can't open my arms up if I'm holding all of this stuff. Right? I can't open up my arms. So I'm done apologizing for who I am. I'm done apologizing and having allowing people to treat me differently. I'm done allowing people to take advantage. I'm done allowing people to not go past or to not respect my boundaries. I'm done with the drama and trauma and all of these different things of other people, because I want to be able to treat people how people treat me. Right? Or I want people to treat me how I want to be treated, right? And in order for me to do that, I have to, number one, show them. And number two, I have to be able to project that onto them too. So if I'm not getting calls, but you're expecting me to call you and check on you, that's not going to work for me in 2023. You know what I'm saying? If I'm doing what I need to do to navigate through your trauma and your boundaries as a person, whether it be in a relationship, whether it be in a friendship, whether it be whatever, and you don't do that for me because it's too much or it's a lot, then I need to find somebody that is willing to unpack it with me, right? And so whether that be with a friend, whether that be because everybody has drama and trauma, right? Everybody has issues. So I want somebody that's going to be a ride or die. Whether that be a best friend, and that's one of the things that I love about my bestie is that there's nothing that can separate us because we've been through it all. We've been through so much, and so we have, and there's nothing that I'm going to judge her on, and she's going to judge me on, because at the end of the day, we're willing to sit down together and say, okay, I'm going to unpack this for you, and help you unpack whatever you're going through. Whether I could help you or not, because maybe you need to talk to somebody else. But I'm going to be there to help you unpack and put these things away. And that's super important for any type of relationship, whether it be intimate, whether it be friendships, whatever. Let's see. Dorothy says, but relationships can't always be equal. People don't go through things at the same. Absolutely, they're absolutely right, Pooji. That's right. But my point is that when you're there for somebody, you have to give, be willing, whatever situation that you're in, whatever capacity or space that you're in, you have to be willing to thanks for joining us, Sharitha. Appreciate you. And yes, boundaries are super important, Sharitha. But whether you're willing to whether you're willing to go through stuff or not, for example, I'm going to use Kyrie as an example. Kyrie, and if I'm going through something, I expect Kyrie as a friend to be like, hey, I know you're going through stuff. I know whatever you need, be there for whatever you need. But I don't expect him to go and say, oh, well, I'm not going to deal with you because you have trauma or this trauma is too much for me. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it intrudes with your bound, I'm not saying to be disrespected. I'm not saying that allow somebody to, but there is, if you get into a relationship with somebody, whether it be a friendship, whether it be intimate, whatever, you should sit down and think about, like, am I willing to actually be a ride or die for this person? And so for me, that's the type of relationship that I want in all aspects. I want ride or dies. I want people that are not going to leave, or I don't want people who are going to leave just because, or be invested in me just because, of how many followers I have on TikTok, or be invested in me because how many, what I could do for them. You know what I'm saying? I want them to be invested in me because I am Kwame. And you love all aspects of Kwame.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the same with Kyrie. I love Kyrie because of Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? Because whether we disagree on certain topics or not, that's my bro. You know what I'm saying? So I think that that's the type of situation I want to navigate with all people in life, and all aspects of my life. So, and even like with my sister, Dorothy was just talking about my sister. Like, I talk to her, there's no judgment with anything that she tells me, and there's no judgment with anything that I tell her. And that's the type of relationships that I want in 360. Like that. That's how me and my big brother Malik, my actual blood brother, like we have those type of conversations, and we may disagree politically on certain things, or not politically, because we actually have very similar politics, but we may disagree on a particular subject or how to navigate, but he's still my brother. You know what I'm saying? And so I think actually making a decision on whether or not, if you're with someone, like for example, if whoever I'm going to be with in life, whoever's going to be my life partner, needs to be able to sit down with me and say, hey, I want to navigate life with you through the ups and downs. And if you're not willing to do that, then you shouldn't be in that position.
Right. Period. So, thank you, Michelle.
What did Michelle say? You don't have to be a bone carrier, FYI, until you have. Yes, praise him. Come on, compassionate eyes. All right, y'all. That's all I got for you guys. You got anything else, bro?
Not today.
All right. Well, we will see you guys on Wednesday, which I'm super excited about because it's just extra time. It's a hump day. We get to recharge and keep you going. So definitely come back and check out everything. And also go to www.pyromedianetwork.com. Everything's been updated. So we have all of the new shows on there. We have the new schedule on there and all that stuff. So today connection will be on at 6 p.m. No, 6:30 p.m. I think. Let me see. I want to make sure because I don't want to lie to you guys. I don't want to lie. I believe it's at 6:30 p.m. With the Walt B Connection will be on today. And for those who are Thai Squad members, the Thais after. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining. I appreciate you. Thank you, Rochelle. Thank you, D number 3. Thank you, everybody that's joined on today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Yes,
we appreciate it.
Yes, we really, really do. And so don't forget, for those who are Thai Squad members, you guys don't forget that Thais After Dark has moved from Thursday to Friday at 5:30 p.m. So there's going to be some changes in the schedule. Yeah, Friday times. So there's going to be a lot of changes in the schedule, a lot of shows leaving, a lot of shows joining. I can't tell you some of the awesome talent that's going to be joining us for the spring of 2023. But let me tell you guys, if you guys don't stay tuned, y'all going to be very shocked and very happy with the talent that's coming to Pyro Media. So anyway, stick with us. We got a great year. It's going to be 2023. I feel it in my shots. I Shondo that 2023 is going to be. Hey, Lolanda, thank you for joining and watching. But 2023 is going to be a good year for us. There may be a recession. We're going to pray that it doesn't. But, I hope you're recession proof. But anyway, we love you guys. We'll see you guys on the other side. Don't forget to check out all of our sponsors: Audible, The Coldest Water, Bullet and Flight Radio, Pyro Media Productions, and all of that jazz. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Y'all take care, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Peace out.
Wednesday.
Bye. Wrong one.